Here we go. For recording purposes, if I can get your name, please.
My name is May Wells.
And the name of your single is?
We All Want Love.
And it's from what EP?
May Wells, just my name.
Go. First, I got to say thank you so much for doing this interview. Of course, we are here at the Sheraton Centre here in Toronto. It's Canadian Music Week. This is the hub. Lots been going on this week, and you are a big part of this. How does it feel being a part of this, especially knowing that thousands of bands have been trying to get into this? Only 600 make it in. And this is international, around the world.
Yeah.
You made it in. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. First of all, I went at the Canadian Music Week back in 2015 because I wanted myself to see how it was, and I really felt in love with the whole vibe. There's so many talented people, either from like the artist scene or like people working around the artists. So I really fell in love with the vibe. So that's why in 2016, when they were looking for new bands for the 2017 edition, I just applied to do some shows and come here and talk to some people, and then I got in. So it's really amazing.
No, it absolutely is. Now, as we speak tonight, you're going to be performing. Where's it going to be at?
At the Painted Lady at 9 p.m. And this is my first show ever in Toronto. So this feels it's really like the fact that this is my first show in Toronto, and then I get to do this during the Canadian Music Week. This is really a dream come true.
So I got to ask you then, because you're from Quebec.
Yeah, I'm from Quebec, Montreal.
Montreal. Oh, wow. Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Maple Leafs. Do we even want to go there?
I don't really watch hockey, so I'm gonna go with whatever team you're cheering.
Okay, we won't go down there, but we will ask you though. How do you feel about being here in Toronto? First time here. Have you had a chance to see the site?
Yeah, I've been a little bit 3 times before in Toronto for like the We Day Montreal, and like I got to collaborate with the Neverest back then in 2015. So it's been like my 3rd time here. I really love. First of all, I really love our country. It sounds like so patriotic, but like I love our country. I love the fact that we're so nice to each other, no matter where you come from. Because like last summer, I went to Berkeley College of Music for like a songwriting workshop, and I've met a lot of Canadian, like from Vancouver, Toronto, Saskatchewan, and we're really all friendly, all to each other. So that's what I really like about Canada. It's that we're just nice people. So for me to be here in Toronto, it's like, this is Toronto. I mean, this is the place if you just want to, start a music career across Canada. So I'm really honored actually to be here and performing.
And shout out to Neverest. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Get back together because
they're so amazing. And Greg, yeah, they were kind of like a mentors for me, because like they were the first artists that I got to meet where they really experienced the whole professional scene when they toured with Backstreet Boys, and I'm myself a Neverest fan, so to me that was really another check on my bucket list when I got to collaborate with them.
Yeah, they got to get back together. I'm crossing fingers it's going to happen. But let's talk a little bit about you, and you mentioned about Montreal. Now, for folks who really understand music and understand music in Canada, it's almost sometimes like there's Canada and then there's Quebec, because Quebec is a whole different world when it comes to music.
Culture, yeah. The thing is, like, what I like the most about the province of Quebec is, of course, the French, because like it's really nice to embrace, your culture. But I like the fact that most people think Quebec is only about French, but like there's a huge bilingual culture there, and I love the fact that we get, like we did back with my previous band, the Garlics, we did a lot of like Franglish song that we could navigate towards like the 2 languages, and like most of the artists from like South America do both Spanish and English. So I like the fact that I can do both sometimes in songs, and it really, I don't know, it just like it seems like it's different, but at the same time it's all about emotions and feelings and music. So it really, to me, it doesn't just like, it's Canada, so it's like it's all about nice music, emotion. I don't know, it feels good.
How did you get into this? I mean, the love of music, where did that all start off for you?
Wow. I think like I started to sing before I could talk, actually. I don't know, my parents would probably told you that I've always been into like songwriting. I've always wanted to write my own songs, and I started to learn guitar because I was always writing melodies and vocals and all those details, and I wanted to be independent, so I started to play guitar, not to play other people's songs, but really to do mine. So I don't know, it's always been part of my life. Like, I think when you're a songwriter, before being a singer, you write about your own experiences, life experiences, and I think it's about telling a story, so I just love to tell stories, and that's why I do music. I want to tell stories, and I want to make people feel emotions.
The other part of you is something that you were carrying in here before we talked, your guitar.
Yeah.
How did that become an attachment for you? Why the guitar?
You know what? I don't know. I think, like, you know what? My uncle first gave me a piano, and I think I don't know. I felt more in love with the guitar. I think I don't know. It gets me, and I get her. Like she's a girl. My guitar is a girl.
Does she have a name?
Yeah, Norma. It's like the brunt of the name. I like when names are like both like, or because my name is May. It's kind of like it's not really girly. It's not. It could be a boy. The way you write it. So yeah, my girl is Norma. Anyways, but I don't know. It just like it felt so natural writing my own songs with a guitar, and I like the fact that I can bring my instruments everywhere I go. I can just like pick my guitar and play around a fire camp or something. So I think the fact that it's really convenient for a lot of situations, that's probably one of the advantage of being a guitar player instead of like because bringing a piano like big piano around like fire camp, it's like less convenient, but like I don't know, it felt natural. I just always picked up the guitar to write songs.
Yeah, it would be kind of tough carrying a piano around.
Yeah,
But the stories though, what kind of stories did you want to tell through your music?
Wow. Well, for We All Want Love, the single I just dropped, I was, quitting my previous band, The Garlics, and I was really into this phase where I'm about to be 25. I'm a young woman, and I'm thinking about like all the social media, the life we're living, busy lives, and I just thought that everybody thinks that everybody else's lives are like so much nicer than ours, and I just wanted to tell people that in the end, what we want to be is to be loved and to love somebody, and that we're all going through the same, phases in life where sometimes you feel lonely, sometimes you feel surrounded by people, and that we're all human at the end. We're all the same species, if I could say this, and we're all human, so we all want love because we're all the same.
Now, you kind of mentioned just before about how this song came about that you were with a group.
Yeah.
How did that transcend from the group to you being a solo artist?
Well, the music industry is a really strange business, and I think like it's just like you just figure out what you want to do in life. And at one point, the other guys from my band didn't want to do this anymore. And for me, since I'm a songwriter, like music is always a part of my life. Every time I feel something, every time I experience something, every time like there's something with a boy or like a guy, like I always write songs about this. So it just like for me it was natural to just continue doing like writing music and just performing. It was really a part of my life. And when you write your own experiences, you're never like you always have inspiration to write music. So
now that single is part of, if I'm correct, an EP that you have also. Talk about what the EP is and talk about what the theme is for that.
Okay, for the EP it was like a way for me to understand if I still had the passion for music. So I really try to do like songs that resonate with what I was living.
And the EP is called?
Yeah, May Wells. It's like just self-titled, straightforward, my name. I really like movie songs, so I think like I wanted to experience both writing on my own female experiences. So there's one song that I wrote. It's about a one-night stand. I'm not shy to tell this, and it's about being a young woman, being 25 years old, and also like there's the song We Are that I wrote about. It's the follow-up of my song Sleep Tonight that I wrote with my band The Garlics, and I really like the movie song. I've always been a huge fan of like Hunger Games and like Divergent and like Maze Runner, so I've always wanted to write songs for movies too. So I think I've always listened to movies like Lords of the Ring, Harry Potter, and what really gets to me like when my parents like, oh, why do you love this movie? I'm always like the music. It's kind of like the fact that I like a movie is because I like the music of the movie.
It's almost like you watch the movie different from, say, most other people because they're paying attention, maybe the action, whatever, you're paying attention to other things.
Yeah, I'm always like super excited when I hear like, I don't know, like a flute like, using in like a super like dark music. I'm always like interested in like the instrument choice and the music. So I don't know, I'm really fascinated about the music in movies. And the thing is, like, my mom told me that one of the first movies I've watched when I was younger was Mary Poppins, and there's this one scene where the young lady's giving like food to the birds, and there's like this song like with I know violins or stuff, and I was literally crying at like 3 years old. My mom was like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "The music is so like," I didn't really say that clearly, but I was like, "Music is beautiful," and my mom was like, "What are we doing? Like, what is this? Like, how come at like 3 years old she gets the music?" So yeah, I don't know.
Well, is there going to be new music in the future? Because we did talk about the single, we talked about the EP. Are we looking at new music? Is there maybe even going to be an album in the future?
I'm working on that. Probably a next EP of 4 songs. I like the little, short album. It's kind of like you have more, I think, space to really create an atmosphere for the EP. Like John Mayer did it, like he did twice, and then like he released an album. So maybe I will probably do this. I like the whole concept. But I'm releasing the next single. I'm releasing across Canada will be One Night. So it's the follow-up of We All Want Love.
Website, Twitter, social media, where do we go to follow you?
Okay, so official website is www.maywells.com. Maywells Official for Facebook, Maywells Official for Instagram, and Twitter, it's Maywells Music. Yeah, the Maywells Official was already taken, so I had to go with Maywells Music.
And before we wrap this up, if there's anything you want to say to your fans in French, please go right ahead.
J'aimerais dire un gros merci à tous les gens qui m'ont supporté de Montréal. C'est vraiment apprécié. Merci de me suivre dans cette nouvelle aventure qui se déroule au Canada anglais. Et I just want to say to my new fans, thanks for coming into this journey with me. And I just love Canada, so you should love Canada too. It's really amazing. Amazing country.
And you are amazing too. Thank you so much for the interview.
For the invite. Thanks.